Hello guys, welcome again, a new live stream. So let's talk about Bitcoin. We have as I said before in the monthly, right? Bitcoin actually is doing something very interesting. So let's talk about Bitcoin. I'm gonna start with the 1 day chart, okay? And after that, I'm gonna move to to monthly. Hello guys, welcome again, a new live stream. So first of all here, let me show you here. We have Bitcoin. Actually, I'm in short right now, around around $28,000, and that is the level I'm in short right now. This move for me actually is a bull trap, and let me show you why. And the reason is simple: is because Bitcoin, yes, it's about the MA55. Technically speaking, is broke the MA55, yes, but the problem here is the timing. Every time when you see the curve without crossing the purple line, without crossing the solar line, I'm printing a purple signal here. Usually you will see these kind of moves. Usually they are bull or bear traps. Right? Actually, in this case, bull trap. So it was just about time. Bitcoin is just wasting time here. As you can see here, it's wasting time, and it's gonna print sell signal very soon. So today actually with this close is gonna print that signal. So the game is very simple. Any breaking $27,000, you will see Bitcoin around $26,000, 300 on there. First target, and actually I'm looking for a 25 again. So let's continue with the 4-hour chart. Let me show you here. 4-hour chart is actually very interesting here. So as you can see here, 4-hour chart is testing the MA55 here, and as I said before, well, we will see downside, right? So last weekend we saw this bounce right here, but overall for me, you know what, this is gonna be a bull trap, yeah. You will see Bitcoin dumping here. The target in 4-hour chart is gonna be the MA55 around here, around 27,500 around here, but volatility is expanding right now. So in my case, I am here in short position around this area. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to protect my entry here, and looking for a break. I'm looking for a break because volatility is contracting here. It was contracting in the weekend, and now is expanding. So this is going to be the trigger for me, at least in my case. It could be the trigger for 1-day chart sell signal. So I am looking for this target around here. Yes, $27,000, 200. That is the level Bitcoin must defend. But honestly, I think Bitcoin is gonna break this area. This area is gonna be broken actually, maybe in the next 24 hours, I think. So let's see, something like this. And from here, actually, there is nothing to stop Bitcoin breaking down to $26,000. So you can say, oh, but Bitcoin is in an uptrend. No, technically speaking, well, this is not an uptrend. Bitcoin is trying actually very hard, but Bitcoin in this case doesn't have enough time. Actually, for me, let me hide the volume profile here. Yes, okay. So for me, Bitcoin is just wasting time here, and it's just about time. Bitcoin is gonna break. There is a very high probability you will see Bitcoin breaking the MA55 here around this area, and you will see a red candle. I mean, actually quite a strong candle. I will say maybe around $26,000, killing longs right now here. And let's talk about the weekly chart. Let's talk about the step by step. Let's talk about the 5-day chart here, because 5-day chart, yes, actually you're right. Hey, but this is a buy signal. Exactly, yes, you're right. Technically speaking, I said before, like 1 month ago, you know what, in 2-3 weeks, if Bitcoin is holding this level, you will see a bounce here where target should be around 29, 30K around this area, but this is gonna be a sell. The problem here is with this signal here in 5-day chart, also potentially we will have maybe next week, as long as Bitcoin is holding $27,000, potentially we could see a buy signal in weekly basis, potentially, right? This could be a very easy fake out, actually very, very easy fake out. So in my case, what I'm doing, well, I am not buying Bitcoin and altcoins. And the reason is because there is no volume. As you can see here, this is a beautiful reaction, as you can see from the MA55. Not exactly, it's not testing exactly, but looks like Bitcoin is bouncing here, and actually volume here is dropping, as you can see here. So this is something I don't want to see. I don't want to see something healthy, something like this, right? Something like this. For example, if OBB is doing something like this, yes, actually, I would say, you know what, this is gonna pump more, and maybe 30K, 31, even more, right, in weekly basis. But my humble opinion, for me, this is just a bull trap in progress. So and this is very simple. Breaking $27,000. If you see this week, let me show you with a very good example here. Something like this. You see Bitcoin printing a candle like this one this week. Yeah, because it's weekly, right? So something like this. Imagine this is the week, right? So we see something like this. Get ready, because Bitcoin is just gonna keep dropping finally to 20K. So volume is not good. Volume is not good. So let's continue with the monthly chart. Monthly chart actually is very interesting here because it's running out of time. I am telling you this right now. It's not a very popular opinion, but this is for me the first bull trap in progress in the history of Bitcoin. This is forming. This is the potential, the first bull trap in the monthly. And the reason is very simple. Technically speaking, Bitcoin, after we got the buy signal in the monthly, as you can see here, sorry, we had a very, very strong bull market. And right now, Bitcoin even crossed the line here and is trying to hold the MA55. So this is very, very concerning, because this MA55 was a very, very strong support for more than 10 years. And if Bitcoin breaks this MA55 with a very strong, like black swan or something like that, right? You will say, oh, something happened in the States or something, I don't know, new type of coronavirus, whatever. I don't care. The point is, like, if you see something like this, you will see a sell signal in the monthly, and this is gonna be very nasty, actually, very, very nasty for all people. They are looking for the next bull market. I think I said what I see, technically speaking, right? What I believe, what I want to believe is totally something different. I'm hoping for Bitcoin holding at least 20K and 18K all this year. I am hoping for this, something like a double bottom, something like this, and holding here for another three or 4 or 5 months, whatever, in 2024. And from there, yes, the bull market to 1 million if you want. But that is something, well, I'm hoping, right? But I have said many times, hope is not a plan. So what is my plan right now? I'm flat. I mean, of course, I'm short in Bitcoin, but with this signal here, we have a bullish potential signals in weekly chart, but we have better signals actually in the monthly. So what I'm going to say to you is something. In 2021, people they didn't believe me. It's totally fine, right? Because in that time I had just maybe 5 subscribers. I remember that time in 2021 when I said Bitcoin is gonna crash in 2022, 2023 potentially yes, continuation. And what happened after that? Said, you know what? I'm gonna open a short position around this area. And after that, what happened? Right after 1 year, you can see my profile on TradingView, and you can check by yourself my technical analysis. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. I work based on the probabilities. I built a system I started with the system 5 years ago, and it works. It's not perfect, right? I take losses as many of you, like many of you. But the point here is, like, the system is working. So follow the rules. That is something we have to learn in trading. And actually, you learn this in trading, you can apply to your life. It's gonna be much better. So thing here is think about this. Now Bitcoin is found resistance around 28K, around the ME21, the ME55. So Bitcoin is gonna enter in this range. You see, between $27,000 and 25. If you are bullish right now, you wanna see Bitcoin holding this area for maybe all the rest of the year. But if Bitcoin breaks 25K, you will see a red candle, something like this, something very massive here. And, people will start saying, oh, the news, right, as usual. Remember, I am technical trader. I don't care the news. I don't care the Fed. I don't care if whatever. I really don't care. I have a system of trading and I follow rules. That's it. Okay. Okay. So we have a range right now. So if I show you here a 4-hour chart, the range is very simple right now. Let me show you here 1 second. Yes, here. As you can see here, this is, let me delete this one. I'm gonna delete this one. Perfect. So as you can see here, this is the range I am talking about, right? This is the range. So the resistance is around $28,000. Well, in 4-hour chart, it's around $28,000, 600, 500, around there. But if Bitcoin breaks around 25K, game over, and you will see Bitcoin's extremely bearish actually the next year. I mean, next year is going to be terrible for Bitcoin. So now let me show you something very interesting here. Usually I don't use, okay, disclaimer here, I don't use bi-weekly chart for trading because it's almost like 6 months of price action. But overall, I want to know, based on probabilities, what is going to be the probability to see Bitcoin holding 25K this year. And we have a sell signal. The momentum is to the downside here. And let me show you here. Something very interesting is happening in bi-weekly chart. If you see the price action, the last time when we have this price action with all the moving average flat. When I'm saying flat, something like this, right? So flat, that means this is telling me volatility is contracting super hard in higher time frames bi-weekly, I mean the next 6 months. And the last time when we had this setup was in 2015. It's very interesting, right? So you say, okay, you know what? But here was super bullish, you see, super bullish to the moon, right? From $1,000, no, 300 to 20K. Well, if you compare this price action and this one, you can say, well, it's something big is about to happen. Exactly. You are totally right. Get ready, because actually this is going to be very interesting. Bitcoin is about to move extremely, extremely powerful. The move is going to be amazing. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish. The move is going to be impressive. Now, let's think about this. The momentum here in 2015, let me show you here. We have here the momentum to the upside, as you can see here. The momentum was to the upside, as you can see. So in the monthly, remember this chart. In the monthly, we have a buy signal in progress here, as you can see here. So Bitcoin in 2015 was breaking, but was very far away from the M55. Let me show you here. Was around, from this point and this point, was around 60% far away from the ME55, and also was above the ME21 in 2015, right? So if you are thinking, okay, something like this is about to happen because a massive move is coming. So let's see what is doing right now Bitcoin. So remember what I said. 60% far away from the ME55. So from here, this point and this point is just 10%. So, well, so we have the first red flag here. And the second one is testing the ME21. So it's not above, it's testing a resistance. So, and also the momentum is to the downside. That's why someone asked me, hey, why you are not buying Bitcoin right now? Because Bitcoin, and this is the monthly, right? So let me show you here the bi-weekly chart, because this is the here. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have the momentum is to the downside. So someone asked me, hey, Leo, why you are not buying Bitcoin, right? Why not? Because Bitcoin is about to crash. When I say crash, I posted in my short. It was not a clickbait. Actually, I really think Bitcoin is about to crash. I know people will call me crazy again, like before in 2021 when I said Bitcoin is about to crash here. Well, if I am right with this technical analysis, technically speaking, Bitcoin is getting ready for a major drop. So what I'm doing right now, I'm shorting Bitcoin. Yeah. If I'm right with this technical analysis, I'm gonna keep shorting Bitcoin at least on another 6 months. So let's continue, and I'm gonna show you something very interesting. 3 months chart here. Yeah, I know it's very high time frame, but in October we have the last close, this close, and it's about the mid 21. Yes, technically speaking, the bottom every time when Bitcoin in the very high time frames. This is the mid 21. One time here, one time here, one time here, broke the mid 21 here, and as you see in December, right? In December this year, that's why it's very important. If you see Bitcoin below 25k, or even worse, 24k, 2024 is gonna be terrible. And now, dollar is very bullish right now. It's gonna be very bullish for at least 1 year. Okay, so Bitcoin has the momentum. The market has the momentum to the downside. It also a stock market. Okay, so now let me show you here the USD dominance. Why is USD dominance? Is because it's a contrarian indicator of Bitcoin, right? It's a dollar. USDT is the altcoin, the stable coin people they are using. Like around 78, around 80% all the crypto world is using USDT. So let me show you here in the weekly basis here. This is a very healthy uptrend, as you can see here. Now, we have here, still the momentum is to the upside. Of course, we have to see a new high. I would like to see a new high here to start looking for maybe actually the bottom for Bitcoin. Yeah, because potentially USD dominance is forming a better divergence here. But we have to wait. At least I think this is going to be sideways the rest of the year. So that's why I will be very careful here. Careful here with you are holding Bitcoin and altcoins. You are thinking the bottom is already in. Actually, I'm still technically speaking, yes, you are right. Technically speaking, if we compare what Bitcoin did in the past, yes, makes sense to say 17k, 18k was the bottom. Maybe yes, but the problem, at least with my system of trading, Bitcoin is doing something very different, very different. Now, this is my system of trading. Maybe you are new in this live stream. Maybe you want to see something more familiar. Let's talk about the RSI, for example. Let me show you the RSI. Yeah, the RSI in weekly chart is actually, as you can see here, is testing the mid 21 here. Sorry, the mid 9, I think. And is getting rejected here. As you can see here, testing the if you see Bitcoin dropping, eventually this thing is gonna be just break the 50 level. Remember, you are using RSI, at least in my way of using RSI, is 50 level is the key level. 50, above 50 is bullish, below 50 is, well, bearish, right? So, as you can see here, Bitcoin with RSI is testing right now the MA9, moving average 9. So, you see Bitcoin dropping to maybe 26, 25k and closing around there, Bitcoin is going to be in a big trouble, big trouble. Now, let's talk about the monthly. The monthly, technically speaking, Bitcoin is in a bear market again. Yes. Remember, following the rule of 50 level is very simple. Now, the monthly in October, that's why I said October is going to be crucial for very important for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks 25k this month, we will not see Bitcoin bullish for a long time. Yeah, maybe 20k, 17k, whatever. But even some potential targets even lower. So that's why because here Bitcoin tested here the 50 level, got rejected, and now it's testing again here. So technically speaking, it's below there. So that's why I will be very careful here in the long term. If you are looking, oh, you know what, Bitcoin is gonna hit 1,150,000. Keep dreaming, my friend. Keep dreaming, because that is not gonna happen, at least not next year. I don't think so. So let's continue with something else, the stochastic, because I know people they like to use a stochastic. Remember, this is not my system of trading. Just I like to use sometimes this kind of indicators because that is the most common indicators people use, especially when they are starting in trading, right? So as you can see here, we have technically speaking is a signal actually where the stochastic is about to cross here actually in weekly chart to the downside. So last week we saw this the stochastic to the upside. But I said, you know what, this is gonna be a fake out. And with this one, now it's about to close. Maybe, of course, we have 1 week left. You see the confirmation here. Plus, let me show you something very interesting. Very, very interesting here. The stochastic is about to cross to the downside in October. Actually, it did it actually in October. In this close, as you can see here. But if you see in October something like this, game over. Game over, and you will see Bitcoin October, November, December extremely bad. Now, you know Bitcoin is about to drop. In general, the rule is, well, Bitcoin is the king, right? So that means all the altcoins, all your favorite altcoin, all the next Bitcoin you are thinking you bought, right? Because that is the mindset of many people. They are buying altcoins. All of them, they will just crash more. Okay. So I'm gonna continue with, okay, is this the first time in this live stream? Let me explain. First is Bitcoin, right? Short term, long term, right? And after that, I'm gonna continue with the stock market. And after that, I'm gonna answer all the questions, right? So that is the format. So let me show you right now the SP500. I'm gonna continue the SP500 because actually I think it's very, very important. Let me show you here. Okay, first of all here, this is gonna be a sell signal here. We will see potentially the signal this month in October. So if you see, it's gonna be very interesting here. If you see the stock market, I mean, SP500 breaking 4,200 and closing below there, the next target is gonna be 3,700, 800 around there in the monthly. So the Q1 and Q2 of 2024 is gonna be very bad, I think. So let me show you now the weekly chart. Now, this is one thing. This is very interesting here. Okay. This is the last hope for the markets, all the markets. Let me show you here. We have here SP500 holding the MI55, right? So technically speaking, hit the target. Remember when I said a long time ago, my target is the MI55. Now we are here. Perfect. Okay, check. Good. After 2 months. Perfect. Now, the question is if now we have here a potential in the future. Right? I'm speculating, right? We have to see all this year the SP500 holding this area and form a buy signal like this one, like this one, like this one. And holding here in sideways without breaking 4,200. Yeah. The problem with this is like at least all this year we have to wait. At least all this year. So if we see this and potentially we see something like this, right? Something like this. Yes, in some point around here, I will be bullish and say, you know what? SP500 is holding very good 4,200 after 1 month or 2, right? And you know what? This is going to be to the upside. But right now, of course, I'm not saying short. I'm not saying short. The short was here, here, no shorts, okay? No shorts. In this case, in short term, for our chart, or maybe 1 day chart, I will start looking for a potential buy signal, right? Looking for longs, a bounce. So now let me show you here the 1 day chart. You're looking for a bounce, right? Technically speaking, yes. As you can see here, this is a clear buy signal is forming here for SP500, where this is going to be in sideways here, and we will see a bounce, potentially a bounce, where the target should be around this area, around 3,400, 3,600, 4,390, 80, around there. But remember the rules. This is going to be just a bounce for what? To keep falling. Okay. That is always the rules. Well, that is the rule, is like that. Okay. So short term, potentially we could see a bounce here. Now the question is if Bitcoin is going to follow. I don't think so. I think this time Bitcoin is not going to follow the SP500 if we see that bounce, because as you can see here, this is printing a buy signal. Yes, potentially yes. But Bitcoin instead is forming a sell signal. So we can see right now the crypto space and the stock market Bitcoin is not following right now the stock market, as the thing I want to say. Remember, for Bitcoin, any close below $27,000, 1 day chart actually is going to be better. You will see a full leg down to $26,200. And actually, no, I will start looking for 25K. That is the target. So the first target, you see $27,000 broken around this area. Yes. The next target, of course, in midterm is going to be this area because people will enter here in long position looking for, the bottom, right? Now, market makers, they know this. That's why you have weeks here, weeks here. You have weeks because stop hunting. Stop hunting, right? That is the business. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to continue with the questions. Let me see. Can you look Solana, Bitcoin? Okay, wow, BTC pairs. I think you're the only guy who is asking me about BTC pairs because no one actually is. Okay, let me see. Solana, BTC. You didn't specify the the time frames. Okay, in one day chart, as you can see here, is printing a sell signal here. Target, of course, is almost there, around this area, around 7,700 satoshis, around there. Yep. But let me show. I think you're interested in weekly chart. No, this is bad. This is terrible. This is gonna be to the downside. Okay. As you can see here, we have a sell signal here. So in the long term, I'm looking for 5,000 satoshis, 5,700 satoshis around here. That is the area I will start looking for maybe by the end of the year. Okay, so Link, I think Link is gonna be the same. Yeah, as you can see here, testing the ME55 and from here to the moon. No. The trend is your friend and the trend is to the downside, okay? As you can see here, this is gonna be a sell, actually. Actually, we were gonna have a very interesting Christmas. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You don't know? You can see what happened in 2017, December 17 in Bitcoin. And you will know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue with the next one. My friend, you are asking for many coins. Please, you could just ask maybe for a few of them because there are too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 5 or 6. So I think it's a little bit complicated. Okay, I'm gonna continue with some other coins. Solana. Let's talk about Solana because people last week were very excited about Solana, and I said Solana is gonna crash. And why? Because weekly chart is clear. It's to the downside. Look at this beautiful sell signal in weekly chart, as you can see here. Wow, to the moon? No, this is just gonna be in sideways here, where eventually it's gonna hit again at the bottom around $15. Of course, in the long term. 1 day chart, sell signal is about to fire. Careful here because with this signal about to, we will get the confirmation maybe today. There is a very good chance Solana will break $20, and you will see Solana around 18, around there, even lower actually in the green box in the maybe I said long term and sometimes just in 1 day, right? Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum. Let me show you Ethereum here. Very bad. As you can see, sell signal forming here. Careful here for Ethereum because it's not healthy, as you can see here, and looks like with this sell signal forming here, of course, with the help of Bitcoin, potentially bull break. It's gonna break the range to maybe 4,440 around there. Yeah, no, this is gonna break down. Definitely, this is gonna break down. Look at this, beautiful. This is gonna break down, and the next target is gonna be around 1,400. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not saying go short because the short was last weekend when Bitcoin was pumping, not now. Yeah, now it's too late, at least for me, right? Okay, so I think this week is gonna be very interesting here because we will see a major move, same as Bitcoin. As you can see here, monthly crossing the zero line here. Ethereum is just wasting time, breaking 1,500. If you are aggressive, weekly chart closing below here, the ME55, you will see, wow, the next target should be 1,200, the lows of 2022. Yes, around there in the monthly. So it looks like, remember what I said before, potentially, if I'm right with this, we will see something like we saw in the past in 2017, December 17 for Bitcoin. Maybe you know what happened, you can write in the comments what happened. there in that time. Okay. Let's talk about Cardano. Cardano, very bad. In monthly, bad. In weekly chart, worse. It's very bad. So, my target, as I said before, in long time ago, was 0.20, and the last one is around 0.10. And it closed. Okay, let's say this. If you see Cardano breaking 25 cents, 0.25 cents, you will see Cardano crashing actually hard in maybe November, December, very, very, very hard. If you want to understand how, well, let me show you a very good example, because I have a very good example here. This coin is iOS. Yeah, iOS is very, very, very good example what could happen to all the altcoins. Let me show you here. iOS was forming a basement for more than since 2018, right? Every time iOS tested 1.70, $80, we saw a massive rally, right? But this time finally broke the support, 2.82, and after that tested again here from around $2, and from there to the moon, right? So this is a scenario that is something I am looking for if we see a monthly sell signal for Bitcoin. This is the scenario. So that's why if you are buying altcoins, careful, because remember, if you are buying altcoins, you have to trade Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, even if you don't like it, Bitcoin is the king. And as long as Bitcoin has all the dominance in the crypto space, altcoins, they are just like zombies following Bitcoin in the long term, of course. You will see pump and dump, right? As usual. Crypto groups, they like to do that. Okay. Someone asked me about Bitcoin Cash in last week, so let me show you here. Someone actually bought here around 100. Now he is still here, this guy. And he asked me, so first of all, remember, I am not financial advisor, right? But if I will be you, I will just close my position here. That's it. Because this is going to turn in a sell signal very soon, maybe in December. So you see that this thing is going to test around 100, and all your profits will be gone. So look at this. So it's still to the downside here. It's still to the downside. So you will have to wait maybe in December, January to see, maybe you see consolidation here and you see a buy signal here. Yes, continuation to the moon. Right now, 1,000, the next target that you want, but it will take time. You don't want to do it, it's totally fine, right? It's your position, not mine. But I share what I will do if I will be you, right? Okay, so let's continue with Matic. Let's talk about Matic, because Matic, actually a long time. Last time when I saw Matic, I was expecting 0.60 cents, something like that. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, now it's not. Okay, good. So Matic was in this consolidation. Yes, in the long term, well, my target around, yes, 0.50, 0.40, around there. That was my long-term target. Actually, I am happy to see it actually hit. But look at this, there is no volume, actually breaking the volume of 2022 and 2023, as you can see here. Matic actually is doing terrible. Now let me see the monthly here. The monthly for Matic is very simple. Any close below 0.50, you will see. That is something I wanna share with you guys. I know maybe you cannot believe this, especially you are new. You have maybe 1 year or 2 years of experience in the crypto space. Yes, you don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. Look at this chart. If you see Bitcoin breaking this like to 20K, something like that, all the altcoins will crash even more. And technically speaking, for example, in this case, there is no volume, there is nothing to support, there is no price action here. As you can see here, there's a massive gap of price action for Matic and also BNB. So if you see this thing breaking around 0.50 cents and closing actually monthly below there, you will see something like we saw in Cardano. Cardano actually in this example is very good. You see what happened after Cardano broke $1? Yeah, nothing, to zero. And actually, I said 2 years ago, my target for Cardano is gonna be this area, around this area. In that time we had Bitrex. and now Bitrex is gone. But Bitrex had actually the oldest chart of Cardano. It was something like this. It was something like this. Something like this. So the confluence was around here, around this area. So that's why I said in the long term, you will see this, and it will take maybe a couple years because it's not. Sorry, it's a long-term chart. And if you know Million Token, for example, that garbage in 2021, it did exactly the same thing what I said. Pumped to $150 to $100, and after that, crashed all the way down to $1 and stayed there dead for months or years. So that's why it's very important. You need to understand if you are going to trade altcoins, you have to check Bitcoin is bullish. That is the first rule. But no, the fundamentals, blah, 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 the fork, the NFTs, I don't care. Maybe you can make money short term, but if you want to hold, you are gonna get wrecked. Yeah, and don't forget this. In average, in all the bear markets, in average, 2017 and 2015, altcoins in average they crash around 97-98%. Yeah, so from this point and this point is just 92. So if we follow the stats, the numbers, Cardano is doing very well, just 92%, because the average is around 97, 98. So 0.10 around there. So if you want to understand this, well, let me show you something. You can study Ethereum. You need to learn from the past, right? Yeah, learn from the past. Don't follow social media. Don't listen to me because even I'm here. In my case, I'm a little bit different because I am doing this because I like it. I like it, really. I like trading. I am doing this for a living. But as many as you are taking losses, I am not saying Bitcoin will hit 1 million because it's not true. At least not. I think that we will not be alive. I think if we see that. So the thing here is like, look at this. If we learn from the past here, let me show you. In 2018, when Bitcoin, I remember Ethereum. I bought Ethereum around $8 the first time, and I sold around maybe 50, 100. Around, I can't remember, around here. From there, I didn't touch the coin. But look at this. Hit 1,500. I remember. People here were calling Ethereum at $5,000 and $10,000, right? And what happened? After that, Bitcoin crashed, right? Remember, Bitcoin crashed from 20K to 10K around there. And this thing just crashed from $1,500 to the bottom around 95%. So if we see this, okay, let's talk about the previous drop. So it's around 80%. So with pandemic, with aliens, whatever, what happened in the world, well, the cryptocurrency did very well, right? Because it didn't crash like before. And I can tell you right now, based on technical analysis right now, this chart is going to break down like this. It's going to break down in the long term. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sell signal is going to form in the next 2 months here. And this thing, instead of pumping like this, is just holding the MI55. Terrible. It's very bad. The performance of Bitcoin and altcoins, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, is terrible this year. So this is going to break down. That's why is the reason I am not buying altcoins. I am not buying Bitcoin. I am a trader. I am not a fan. Oh no, you know what? I'm going to buy Bitcoin because blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Seriously. I am here. I think you as well, because we want to make profits, right? So that's the point. This is a business. So if you don't see this as a business, you have a problem. This is a business. So every time when we win, someone is going to lose. Okay, that's it. Simple. Okay, so that's why I'm not buying right now anything. I could be wrong. Yes, I don't care. Just do the thing I follow rules. This thing, same thing for Bitcoin. Right now here, Bitcoin is forming well, this is still to the upside here. But if we see in October, remember what I said before, if we see Bitcoin in October this month, breaking $25,000, game over, and you will see what happened in 2017, second part. Yeah, second part, continuation. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue with the USD. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about garbage. Let's talk about garbage because this is just, I think toilet paper is more worth it than this currency right now. this is just pure garbage. Look at this. Look at this, the Japanese yen. Okay, first of all here, how I have hard feelings here because I'm living in Japan. That's the problem. So the thing here is this is garbage. This is just terrible, terrible, terrible. And the reason is because we will see a potential break of this resistance. This is not resistance actually. Well, technically speaking, yes. Let me see here. Because this is, well, let me show you here. This is the resistance in the long term, right? My target in the long term is 160. And if this setup breaks, like I think it's gonna break in some point in next year, we will see 220. Oh my god, this guy is crazy. Yes, I know, but I am swing trader. I like to see macro time frames. If I show you 6-month chart, actually this is old enough. Look at this beautiful, beautiful continuation, and look at this. We will see a better divergence forming, yes, but after maybe 2-3 years, because it's 6-month chart. So every candle is just 6 months. So it will take a lot of time. So the next resistance, breaking this level, the next resistance is gonna be this area, yeah, all this area. Now, my hope, because I like to hope, I'm hoping, is this tiny line here, you see here, yeah, is gonna be the resistance. I'm hoping, right? But hope is not a plan. So around 160, that is a target I'm looking for. Potential pullback there. Yes, I am hoping for that, right? Something like this. But eventually, Japan is gonna just crash more. And now, let's talk about serious things, okay? I said it 1 month ago. I'm very sad because I was right again, right? I'm very sad, seriously, I'm sad. These kind of things, I don't want to be right because this is something is gonna affect all of us. It's affecting us right now. It doesn't matter the country you are living right now. It's gonna affect us, especially your country has a big influence by states. So let's talk about this. This is gonna be very, very nasty. Okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, here we have the weekly chart. Okay. Weekly chart, what I said in 2 months ago, in October, in August, September, I said, well, the USD dominance, the dollar was around here. And I said, my friend, this is going to be to the upside. Careful here because dollar is going to be very strong, very, very strong. Okay. So this is just going to pump more. Breaking $107. You will see around 111 and potential new high, okay? And the weekly chart is just ADX is bullish. The momentum is to the upside, but my major concern is not this chart, it's the monthly. The monthly, careful here, my friends, because if you are, doesn't matter, you're in Europe, you are in Latin America, you are in Asia, doesn't matter. If your country has big or very strong influence by states, we are gonna get fucked up. That is the conclusion. All this year, all next year. Okay, so we are in the same boat, all of us. Okay, this is gonna print a buy signal here, very strong. So 1 year or price action where the dollar is gonna be bullish and potentially testing the previous high. Here at least, okay? So at least here. So it's gonna take months, right? It's gonna take months, something like this, okay? You can open your trading view. You can add my indicator for free because I have a private indicator, right, with more stuff. And also you can use the free version, but you just put some lines here. When you see the purple, right? The purple here, you will see actually my indicator is quite good, saying, you know what, every time when we have this potential buy signal here, we will see in the long term a nice buy opportunity. Bounce, yes, bounce, of course here bounce, and now again here another potential buy signal forming. So what is this telling me? I think 2024 is not going to be friendly with us. Okay. Now, in Wonder Chart, let me show you here. This thing is just trending very hard because weekly chart is ADX is positive here. Usually when you see these kind of things, don't short dollar, don't short dollar, don't short the dollar, because this is gonna keep pumping. As I said before, 111, that is my target. I'm looking for that target in the long term. Now, I think that's it, guys. Let me see. Cardano, Polygon, I think I did all of them. Mostly all of them I did. Okay, guys, so recap for Bitcoin in 4-hour chart and 1-day chart. Okay, first of all, here you can watch my short again, because actually I posted a short a few minutes ago, no, a couple hours ago, where I said, you know what, Bitcoin is forming right now. So signal here, as you can see here, this is to the downside. That's it. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is to the downside. Okay, so I am in short. Yes, I am in short around $28,000. Okay, so 4-hour chart. Okay, short, no. In 4-hour chart is too late. Okay, in 4-hour chart was around here, the short. Okay, I was in short in this weekend, and I just keep my position open, waiting for this move. And you are bullish here, at least in short term. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't think so. Potentially you see this Bitcoin holding maybe 24 hours or maybe 48 hours, 2 days, holding this area. Yes, potentially we could talk about maybe a potential bounce here, but this bounce is gonna be a sell. Okay, so at least for the next all this week and potentially next one, Bitcoin is gonna be just bearish. Okay, looking for more downside. And remember again, the last 3 months of the year 2023, remember this chart, because potentially this is gonna be one of the most important charts for Bitcoin right now. I'm saying not mine. I'm talking about this price action. Open your trading view and you can do it by yourself. You can just remove, for example, this one, and you can just add the MA55 because that is my pivot, right? Or you can, for example, this one. And if I show you here the MA55 here, very simple way of understanding this. In the past, 2015, yes, Bitcoin was holding the MA55 here, 2018, 2019, and finally in 2022, Bitcoin broke the MA55, is trying to hold again as support the MA55, but any close below here, we will get the confirmation like the MA55, this long-term moving average, like it was pushing Bitcoin for more than 10 years to the upside, is not gonna be your friend anymore. Okay, so that is my biggest concern of this year. You see Bitcoin, actually October, November, you see Bitcoin closing below this moving average. Wait for it, because it's gonna be very nasty. The second fact, right, and actually you will not see these kind of things on many YouTube channels. Many YouTube channels will just, you know what, this is my triangle, right? Falling wedge, recent wedge, whatever, right? I'm not a financial advisor, right? Yeah, to the moon, as expected. That shit, right? So let me tell you something. This is a real talk, because this is a major concern I have. If we compare the performance of Bitcoin in the first cycle, yeah, let me show you here. Here, from this point and this point, from the bottom to the top was almost 50,000 pump, right? So after the first pullback, the second was around 9,000, 10,000. I'm sorry, let me fix this. Yeah, around 11, 12,000 pump. Okay, so now after the next one, yes, from this point and this point, the top, right, it was just 2,000. So this is not very difficult, right? You can understand this, right? It's very simple. Here was the pump 50k, right? 50k. Oh shit, sorry, okay, I'm gonna do this properly, okay? Let me I'm gonna remove this because I think this is gonna be very good thumbnail for this live stream. Let me show you here. Here was 50k pump, right? 50k pump percent. Let me change the okay, good. And here was 13k. Okay. And here 2000. I'm gonna do it here. Okay. Now, do you see the pattern? Can you see the pattern? Right? Bitcoin over time, right, is losing steam. 50k here, totally fine. 13k, 2k, and after that, what? If you do the maths, in average, is losing 4 or 5 times strength. Okay, 4 or 5 times around there. So, if Bitcoin is bullish here, and still this is the bottom, imagine, right, to the moon right now, 2024 is going to be super bullish. So if 17k is the bottom, if we divide 2000% by 4 or 5, something like that, it's going to be around 400, 450, something like that. So we can start talking about maybe Bitcoin would hit maybe 78, 80k, right? But if Bitcoin breaks this area, and now we are use volume profile here, okay? If Bitcoin actually wants to break the ME55, sorry, let me show you the volume profile. The next target here is around $9,000, $10,000. So imagine in this super bearish scenario, Bitcoin breaks the ME55 and crash to 10k. I know, you will be happy, right? Oh yeah, let's buy, yeah, to the moon, because from here to 1 million. I have very bad news, because if Bitcoin does something like that, it's gonna enter in the first bear market in the monthly, because officially the trend is gonna be broken. Let me tell you something, YouTubers, they lie to you for many years. So why? Because Bitcoin has never been in a bear market, never. Bitcoin doesn't know what is a bear market. You see the chart here. Tell me where is the bear market? There is no bear market. All the moves we saw in 2015, 2018, they were just corrections in weekly chart. That's it. Where the target was the ME55 in 2015 and 2018, 2019, and now here, Bitcoin is spending almost 1 year trying to hold this area. That's why this moving average is extremely important. If we see Bitcoin breaking here this year, breaking this moving average, the next target is going to be, yes, maybe $10,000, 8,000, 9,000, potentially yes. But if we know in average, imagine this is the bottom, right? We are now in 2024. I am speculating, okay, this is my imagination, right? From here, 400% is going to be where? Exactly where around the moving average in the monthly is going to be, maybe around that area, something like this. You see? And that is something, yeah, you call me crazy, maybe I'm using a lot of my imagination. Yeah, you're right, maybe. But that's my work as a trader. I have to be ready for the best thing and the worst thing. And right now, Bitcoin is not doing very well. Okay? So, one thing here is Bitcoin is trying to break and hold actually for almost 1 year the moving average ME55. Remember this. If Bitcoin breaks this moving average ME55, we will see potential in the long term 10k. Yes, that is the next target, technically speaking. Okay, in the long term. Buy, of course, I'm gonna buy. Hold to 1 million? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's why if you are bullish right now, if you want to see Bitcoin at 100k, 200k, whatever, 1 million, Bitcoin cannot break the ME55. Yeah, because as you can see here, historically speaking, the MI55 has been our friend. And if we see that, well, it's not gonna be our friend anymore. The last chart I want to show you is a good example about this. Yeah, remember, Bitcoin has never been in a bear market. Yeah, never. It's just a correction, macro correction. Okay, let me show you here one good example what I'm talking about. Let me show you here Netflix. Okay, Netflix was holding, as you can see here, the MI55 was not tested for many years, tested here, and after that broke, right? And after bouncing here, and now you know the rules, right? What is the rule? To the downside. Yeah, because we are talking about monthly, it's gonna take maybe 1 year. It's not gonna happen in tomorrow. Of course not. That's the biggest problem I can see with many traders. They trade 1 hour and they hold for 1 week. No. This chart is the monthly, so that means it's gonna take at least 1 year. So now let's see what my indicators they are saying. Look at this. We are gonna see a sell signal very soon, by the end of the year, in Netflix. So I'm gonna keep this chart like this, and let's talk about this in maybe a couple months. Okay, and you will see how my system, of course, is not perfect, right? It's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's quite good actually, because this thing is gonna break down. And that, my friend, this breakdown is gonna be amazing. Why? Because it's gonna be the confirmation Netflix is in a bear market in micro timeframes. And that is something I don't wanna see for Bitcoin, because now Bitcoin is doing this. Is holding the MI55. I don't want to see Bitcoin doing this, because Bitcoin is supposed to be special, right? Well, if Bitcoin does something like that, you will realize maybe it's not like you were thinking. I mean, the technology is very good, right? But the problem is, this is my humble opinion, right? The worst thing retailers could do, social media, internet, is allowing institutions come into the market. That is in my humble opinion. In the moment when 2018, because I was there, the CME announced it will open shorts futures for Bitcoin. That it is the moment when I said, you know what, Bitcoin is gonna get fucked up in the long term, of course. And yes, so let's see. Remember, my way of trading is I am just pure 100 technical trader. Yeah, you wanna hear Bitcoin will hit 1 million or 2 million or whatever you wanna listen, like, oh, you can watch another YouTube channels, because here you will never see that kind of things. Only realistic technical analysis. It could be very bad, it could be very good, whatever, right? But the point here is, like, you wanna become a successful trader, you have to learn how to manage your emotions. You could learn the basics of trading. You could learn whatever, right? Read many books, but if you cannot control your emotions when you're trading, you will just give your money for free. In that case, you can send me to my Bitcoin wallet, right? Yeah, I think it's better. I'm kidding. So the thing here is, like, careful here. So Bitcoin is today is $27,450. My technical analysis for this asset is to the downside. Okay, to the downside, where $27,000 breaks, you will see $25,000 actually in the bottom of the range tested again. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. One thing, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support, because almost 2 years, actually more than 2 years right now in this channel, finally looks like I'm gonna reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know my channel is very small. Who cares, right? It's fine. I'm happy. Thank you so much for your support, and see you in the next live stream.